Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FSEconomy with me and your herd 37. So in this flight, we're going to go back to St. Louis, KSTL, and we're going to fly the Cessna 337 Skymaster again. I love that plane. And we're going to take it over to KPIA. As you can see, it's Greater Peoria Regional in Peoria, Illinois. I want to say that we've been to Peoria in Air Hauler 2, a passenger flight, but it may have not been that. It may have been actually some other area near that. But anyway, as you can see, it's about 119 nautical miles. The plane's got 28% fuel. Pays $4,345. We've got 5 people. There's actually a ton of people going here, but there is no planes other than this really that I had. They had a Twin Otter, but it wasn't the Aerosoft one, so I couldn't take that. Plus, I believe they didn't want renting it out. So that kind of sucks. But there's actually a ton of people going here, so we'll fly it up here to KPIA. All 5 seats are taken. So 28% fuel. That's 119 nautical miles, so it should take, as you can see here, under an hour, and it's got a little over 2 hours worth of fuel. So we should be just fine. Won't have to add any to it. 28% will be good. Let's go over here and look at the chart. We're going to, actually, let's go ahead and look at the weather real quick. So you can see here in St. Louis, the wind is coming out of the southwest. So we're going to actually take off on runway 24. Right here, it's a heading of 244 degrees. And we'll go up here to Tongue, as you'll see on the chart. We need to be at, I believe, 2,400 feet at Tongue. And then landing on runway 31. Heading of 308 degrees. ILS frequency is 109.9. And see right here the chart for 31. We're not going to do the holding pattern. We may even not even come all the way out to Tongue. Actually, we probably will make it all the way out to Tongue. I'm not for sure. But that would be at 2,400 feet. But we won't even have to go out that far, I don't think, to get in here. But that's the chart. And so with that, yeah, I guess I already closed that. So with that, we'll go ahead and move on over to the plane. All right, everybody, here we are at the plane. Beautiful St. Louis. There's that crosswind, so I wanted to say the runway is down here or to our right. We'll check her out. Check out FSEconomy, make sure she likes everything. I have it exactly the correct weight. I don't know why the weights can't ever line up. I don't get it. I put exactly the weights in. I don't like it. I don't know. Alright, so in the cockpit, I open up the window a second. It's hot in St. Louis, probably. We'll go ahead and close it. The parking brake is on. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I did have it on. Alright, no procedures for this. I'm still amazed that that all that's on because all the power's off, so I still don't quite get that. Some of those planes are like that. I can never remember, by the way, which one is... So I can't remember if the yellow is... Alright, so I'm going to put on green for each. There we go. Alright, so we'll go ahead and I'm going to open up the conning flaps to the rear one. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the master switch here. Turn on our beacon. And go E2. Put that full. Put that full as we turn on the high one. Get this up to about 60 or 600. I can't remember it. Right there. So bring it back down. That is the correct one. Yes. Alright, we'll turn that off. I could have left that all the way up. Go ahead and hit the starter. It's almost like the sound almost is like it's twice. It's kind of odd. We'll bring this back down. Alright, so now I'll switch over to E1. And let's do the same. You go all the way up. Not you. Jeez, there's too many daggone things here. Alright, that one's all the way up. Put her all the way up. Put that on high. Put that up to about 60. Just about right there. Bring her back down. And again, I brought that down. I didn't really need to. Just put that over there. And advance this. Alright, so that sounds good. E0, bring them back together. There we go. Nav lights coming on. It sounded like something shut off. Did you hear that? Oh, this shut off. So that's why. So that was on, but technically it shouldn't have had power. Alright, so now it is on. But it still shouldn't have had power, so it shouldn't have been on. And now those are shutting off. What in the world is going on? My avionics is off now. Oh, you know what would help? Alternators. That'll give us some power. Still nothing. Let's see if it's off. Ah, there we go. Jeez. So I forgot all about the alternators. Alright, now we're good though. I haven't flown this for a little while if you can't tell. Alright. But yeah, I have to switch everything off manually, so I just completely forgot the avionics master switch. Alright, so let me go ahead and bring this up to the runway heading. It's runway 24 heading a 244. So move this over. There we go, right there. Bring back the yoke. Taxi lights on. There's Southwest over there. We actually need to... Is there another... No. I'm not really sure where the runway is. Like I said, I believe it's down to our right. It's going to be down that way. So I'm going to turn off the taxi... or parking brake. We'll taxi on over. I'm thinking that the commercial aviation on here is probably going to use the two main runways, though, instead of that one. Alright, truck. Like, seriously. There you go. Thanks for turning it off. So we'll get over here and head on over to Peoria. Make a little bit of money. I really want some really big paying jobs, but man, it's really hard to find them. Like, even when you can find like a Twin Otter from Airsoft, there never seems to be enough jobs to fill it. There seems to be like, you know, like 5 people, and it can hold what, like 19? It's just like, it ends up becoming not worth it. I guess we can take this taxiway all the way down here to the right. Cut her a little tight there. Probably need to loosen up on the sensitivity. Ever since I did the reinstall, I haven't messed with that. Yeah, see, they're using the main runways. I kind of figured they would do that instead of using this one. No, but I mean, I guess if you're saying technically, you should use this one instead of taking off in the crosswind. Hopefully there even is one. Flight Sim Commander showed one, but as we showed before, this Flight Sim Commander isn't always right on the the layouts of the runways and stuff. Let's stop right here. I just want to make sure that the part of the runway isn't out this way. Well, you can't get to there from there. Let's just check and make sure that there is actually a runway. I'm believing it's that right there. I want to make damn sure. Yeah, I'd say we could probably enter it right there and take off, or Let's just on down further. We could hit it right there. Alright, so we'll keep on taxiing. Yeah, I've only been to St. Louis, I think. This is only my second time flying out of here. The last time was almost a couple years ago, I think. So I don't know this airport at all. I probably should have done it for the 2 runways, thinking, you know, that they probably would use the 2 main runways. So I believe this is the one we want to take, unless we just want to do, I kind of just want to do the intersection takeoff. Saves us a little bit of hassle taxiing out to the right when we really don't need all that much runway. Yeah, man, this thing wants to go complete left on me. I don't know why that is. Like, you're just taxiing, it shouldn't go straight left on taxiing. See, it doesn't have runway markers either. I don't get this straight left. It's kind of really annoying because I'm wobbling the entire way down the taxiway. Alright, so let's just make sure here that is our runway. So now I'm a little worried that it's actually that one. Alright, that is the runway. Kind of worried me with that, although I guess that's where that's talking about this other runway. Alright, we should have enough room. That's why they're not using it. It's a shorter runway. A lot shorter. A lot shorter than I was thinking. Strobes, landing lights, flaps. Alright, so transponders coming on. Make sure that there's no one on this runway right here. I'll keep it out to the right just a little bit. Just get a little bit more runway. Not much. Yeah, I guess this would be more for general aviation, as short as it is. Although, what general aviation is really using St. Louis? It's a major airport. I see one there that way. That way. Alright, I'm gonna put the brake on for a second. Off we go. Airspeed's already alive. Now she's kicking to the right a little bit. We're straight. There's our 80 knots. 85, let's go ahead and rotate. Positive rate, gears coming up. Okay, go ahead and retract the flaps. See, I just really don't appreciate the photoreal scenery. Although I think a lot of them don't do that anymore, thank God. I think this is from Taxi to Gate, and I don't think they use that kind of stuff anymore. They make their own buildings and stuff, 3D buildings. So, I mean, it just, from this altitude, it looks horrible. From up in the air, it looks fine, but down here, yeah, I don't like it. And that's the whole problem with photoreal scenery. Climbing a little too steep there. I don't want to go quite 1,500 feet a minute. Alright, with that, let's go ahead and close the cowling flap. There should be enough air Getting to her now. Just trying to get out of the way of the airport before we turn that runway. Alright, let's go ahead and make a right turn. Trying to trim her down a little more. She keeps wanting to go back up to 1,500 feet a minute. Alright, we go about parallel with the runway and get out just a little bit further. We don't want to cross in front of the runways too soon. Man, this thing just doesn't want to trim down. To force the nose down. You see the trim wheel looked like it was still moving. Oh, you know what? I've been holding it down and you can't hold it down. You gotta keep clicking it. That's one reason. Nice to know. That's why holding it down apparently wasn't doing anything. I guess I need to redo that in my settings. It's so weird how it comes in there. Alright. Make a turn to the right. Off to Peoria. I haven't been to Peoria before. I got close to it on a total accident. When I worked in Newport, Indiana, and when I went up there to interview, I was supposed to go back to Kentucky, which is back, to the east. And I traveled through this monster storm and everything. Now I went to the gas station, and I kept seeing these signs, Peoria. It kept getting closer. I was like, what the hell? Like, Peoria, that's like to the west. And I was at the gas station getting gas. I was like, when I get back in the car, I need to check that compass up there. And sure enough, I had been traveling west for a solid hour or two, going the entire wrong way. It ended up being horrible because I went through a massive storm. And then to get back to the east, I had to go through it again. And I ended up going to a rest area near Cincinnati and just falling asleep for a few hours when I got towards that area. Completely stupid. How do you go the wrong way for an hour or two? Kinda ridiculous. Let me bring up the GPS here. I can't really let go. It's so hard to let go. She keeps moving to the right. I'm gonna turn off these messages. It looks like a desired track, which I was looking for, is 018. By the way, we're going to go to 7,500. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and lean these out. It did sound like there is a change in the engines, which is nice. However, most of this doesn't, because like the fuel tanks, they don't make sense. You can start the engines with the fuel off, which is dumb. Alright, autopilot, flight director. Go ahead and turn the autopilot on. I'm going to use the heading for a second. Actually, we need to bring our heading over to the right to get on that line a little better. Then I'll flip it over to nav. So let's hit CDI to put over. Well, did that switch it? No, it did. Like I said, 7,500 will be our cruising altitude. Man, I turned the messages off. How could there be messages? There we go. It's weird, like sometimes when you pop it out, it doesn't, if you do it on the outside, it doesn't affect the inside. I don't know why. I guess this has got to be near the St. Charles area. I guess I've been to St. Charles before. Gambling. Peoria, they're big for their gambling boats. from one gambling area to another. Climb a little bit better now. I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to nav, let her go over to the line. Let's get that back to 018. Here we go. Coming up on 6,000. Yeah, that messing with the mixture does make it sound like they do sound different. However, I think the EGT is completely fake. I think when you put it, maybe when you get to a certain altitude mixture, it just puts in a certain number, a predetermined number. It's not like an A to A plane where it gets it, it's actually calculating it. What is that, by the way? Oh, panel lights. All right, well, I got about 1,000 feet to go. Let's check this out real quick. 106 miles, gonna take a little over a half hour. But all right, and that, by the way, that is to tongue. I get that in there. Having that intersection in there is really nice. FSX. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and speed on up, and I'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, everybody, coming back here. Normal speed, we're going down to 2,400 feet. So we've got about 16 miles to get there, so I'm going to add a little bit of power. That way she'll stop her descent a little bit or slow it down. Alright, so I need to get rid of that because I think you have to use this to get this to work. 109.9? Sorry, it's going to be hard to see it, I know, for you all, because it's hard to see that for me. 17. Alright, there's 109.9. There was Addons here as well, 126.10. Let's see if that comes up. Because I don't think it would do it on this one. Yeah, that doesn't want to work. 126.10. Yeah, I don't know. 126.10 didn't want to work. I don't, like I say, I wouldn't figure it would be this one. Unless I have it not set to listen to it. There we go. So maybe I need to move one of those switches to get that to work. Yeah, 300. 2994. 2994. So I guess I need to move one of those switches to be able to hear those. Alright, like I said, down to 2400. We're almost at. These are full. I'm going to put the mixture full. So I will go ahead and go all the way out and make the full there. Man, we're getting bounced around. And increase the throttle just a little bit for the power. Man, you can hear the wind and you can really see it blowing the plane around. What was I heard 300, which is good because that means we're coming right into it. 16. So 16 knots is pretty brisk, I guess. Not anything that would keep us from landing. I hope. Alright, coming up on the 2400, we'll hit altitude hold. Start increasing the power a little bit as well. Come on down. Here we are, 2400, hold it right there. I'm going to increase the power. By the way, when we got up there, I forgot, but I did do it partway through. I threw on the low pressure switches and switched them over to the yellow. And upon descent, I did the same thing, just put them to the green for landing and takeoff. Alright, so we're 7 miles away from Tongue. We'll be off to the left. I'm guessing maybe that's the airport right there. Airport elevation, I'm not sure if I already said it, it's 659 feet. By the way, I've got the scenery complexity, I think it very dense and dense. I guess that would be the river where the river boats are. Man, we are really getting bounced around. I'm really shocked how much we're getting knocked around like that. And I've got 109.9 in there. And I've got our course set to 308, which is the heading of the runway. I just got that up. I'm not sure that that's actually for the airport, though. 'Cause we wouldn't be at the right glide slope right now, I wouldn't think. It would be low. Kind of looking what runway we would be. I guess it'd be that one. Not see that coming alive and going off. Wouldn't that be nav 2? Yeah, I don't know why that's going on there because I don't have anything set for it. I don't even know that we have a nav 2. We'd have to switch that over to the nav to get that to work, I would have thought. By the way, there's a tower here, so that's why we're not talking to anybody. So I don't want them telling us a different runway or anything. I'll bring back the power so we don't go flying out in the turn. We're about to turn. Peoria. Doesn't show much there. I guess it's all over here. And that one keeps coming alive and going off, coming alive and going off. Kind of odd. Like I say, I don't even know that we have a nav 2. Alright, bring back the power just a little bit. Heading 308. See, it is descending. I don't want to descend too quick here. Put that over to nav, basically. I don't know why we're going up. It was actually climbing there. Altitude hold comes off. Yeah, why was it descending and then climb back again? That was kind of odd. It shouldn't have done that at all. Alright, I'm going to have to bring back the power to get it to descend. You see the glide slope. We're not on the glide slope. I don't even think we have an approach hold. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the gear down. She just doesn't want to descend quite quick enough. As soon as the gear comes down, we can get rid of that annoyingness. There we go. Yeah, she just doesn't want to come down. Trimming it, well, trimming it is helping some. It didn't help last time, but I think that's because I was probably holding it. And as you can see, I can't push down on it, which doesn't make any sense. All right. I don't know, you can't take those off, but whatever. I need to get down. Well, maybe we don't need to get down that much. We're coming back on the glide slope now. But I don't think that holds it, even when you put the nav. It doesn't have, you know, localizer and approach hold modes. I'm gonna increase the power here, so don't get too slow. Says we're a little low. See our speedo there going kind of crazy. I don't like flying like this because I can't see the runway at all, so I have no idea what I need to do. I'm gonna move myself up a little bit. We were actually a fair ways off when we turned. I'm trying to trim this thing. At least we're flying straight into the wind, not a crosswind. I don't think I like to fly into the crosswind. It's shaky as you spin. Alright, now we're getting a little high. I like being a little high though because it lets me see. Flipping a little off to the right here. Second notch of flaps. I can't remember if that's... Alright, so now we're at full flaps. That's the third notch. I just wanted to see if... couldn't remember if we had 3 notches or not. And you can tell that wind, though. I can tell just by the speed that we're going. The amount of power. As much as more power as I've got in here, it seems like we should be going a lot quicker. I'm a little worried about that speedo getting close to the green sometimes as well. Stabilizing a little bit. Speedo, I mean. Alright, I've got it recording. We're getting a little... coming back on the glide slope. I get a little worried. So I like to be up a little higher. More easily see what I'm doing. Bring back the power just a little bit to help with the descent. Back a little more to the right. Bring back the power a little bit more. I'm right in that notch. See if we can't do this. Off the power. Look how slowly we landed. Like we were barely moving when we touched down. Retracting the flaps. We'll exit to the left here. I saw another plane parked over there. Just one. Was it Twin Otter? I couldn't tell. Couldn't remember. There's other areas to park too as well. Alright, pull over here. Just be stopped. Turn off the transponder. I don't know if you need to put it back into standby or if you can just turn it off when you land. So I'm just going to turn it off. Landing lights coming off, strobes coming off. Everything else looks good. Let's see where we want to park at. We can go over there, we can go over here. That looks closer. So we'll go there. Not that it really matters that much. I should have, if it was real life, I'd turn that cowling flap for the rear back open. But as I'm moving, I can't really take my hand off of it. Get this yoke off. There we go. Yeah, I'll probably move my view up just a little bit after this is done. The cockpit. I don't know if that, I guess that looks like the terminal area. Looks like a few jetways over there. Maybe that was that a cargo plane that we that was over there to the right? I didn't recognize the livery or anything. Could be FedEx. It doesn't look like it. I don't know. Anyhow, let's come down here. Taxi light coming off. We'll let FSEconomy grab this here for a second. Just wait. Alright, FSEconomy got it, which is good. Nav lights coming off. Go ahead and cut the fuel. Beacon can come off. There's that thing again. Avionics master switches off. Alternators are off. Magnetos off. Battery off. So everything... Well, I forgot the pitot heat. So everything is off. So let's go over to FSEconomy and get ourselves paid. All right, everybody, let's look at the log here. $4,345. Remember, rented the plane for an hour and 3 minutes at $183 an hour, so it cost us $194.39. We used $75.28 worth of fuel. The ground crew fee was $434.50. I'm glad there's no booking fee. So those costs were $509.78. We got a distance bonus of $52.05. Almost covered our fuel expenses there. So the earnings for the flight were just shy of $3,700, $3,692.88. I'm going to say it's going all to the group because that's, like I say, that's where it all goes. Let's look at the banking real quick. Should probably put a lot of it in there. It's 26. Let's say that's 27,000. 35, 36, and 27. Is that 60? I hate math. I should be able to do that in my head. I've already hit the wrong thing. 27,000. What did I say? 35, 36,000. 63,000. So we're moving up actually pretty good. We could go ahead and put the avionics in the Cherokee, but I'm not going to do that. I don't want to waste it. So I want to get another plane. Maybe then we'll do it. Or at least when I get up a lot more, I'll throw the avionics into that plane. Because I'm thinking it was around 60,000. So kind of expensive just to get the GPS. But yeah, everything's looking good. By the way, there's a forum for YT flyers now. Let me see. If you go over to the homepage of FSEconomy, go into the FSX community and search for the FSE community forums. We have YT flyers. So I think you have to ask to get in there, but that way that gives us a way for everyone that's in the group can talk, because we really don't have any way to message each other or talk or anything. So you can get ask to get into that forum. Just make a request to me if you're in the group, and I'll get you in. And if you're not, if you want to join the group, of course, just ask as always. You can make a request through here and then request to get into the group. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. Hope you all do enjoy it. Catch you guys on the next flight.